Hi, everybody. This is Margaret Whiting. For the next 15 minutes, you're going to hear some of your favorite music, we hope, and some mighty fine advice. So stand by, America. Here's your Stars for Defense.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's your Stars for Defense with Ray Bloch and his orchestra, yours truly, Jay Jackson, and today starring Margaret Whiting. Stars for Defense is presented, transcribed by this station every week as a public service in cooperation with your state and local civil defense organizations to acquaint you with the steps you can take to provide safety for yourself, your family, and your neighbors. When we think of aerial attack and bombing, we think of devastation by explosion. But it isn't that causes the most damage. It's the fires caused by the explosion. Learn to fight fires in your home by learning civil defense. Someday you may be the only fireman available. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here she is, affectionately known from coast to coast as Maggie, one of the Whiting girls. It's today's Star for Defense, Miss Margaret Whiting.
Pull up an easy chair and sit yourself down and lean back while I tell you about the folks that live in the town of Greenback. They never have to work on their hands and knees, 'cause they live in a place where money grows on trees. Oh, the money tree, it's a beautiful sight to see. Why couldn't it happen to you and me? There ain't a man in town who isn't a regal spender, and they never wear a frown for lack of that legal tender. They're all 10 years ahead on their income tax, and the whole town's driving next year's Cadillacs. Oh, the money tree, it's a beautiful sight to see. Why couldn't it happen to you and me? Well, it grows fresh new bills that snap and crack, and as fast as you can pick 'em up, it grows 'em back. Now every day there's a bumper crop with a $1 million bill way up on top. Oh, the money tree, it's a beautiful sight to see. Why couldn't it happen to you and me? There's just one way to visit the town of Greenback. Pull up an easy chair and sit yourself down and lean back. Then close your eyes and suddenly you will see that beautiful, lovely, wonderful money tree. Oh, the money tree, it's a beautiful sight to see. Why couldn't it happen to you and me?
That is the money tree and Margaret Whiting. Margaret, you know, you sound just as great as you look, and that's very good.
It must be all that good, fresh nightclub air I've been breathing.
Oh, it can't be that. Otherwise, Ray Bloch would be looking like Mr. America or something. You know, I wish he wouldn't wear green makeup. Margaret, if you do a number, I'm sure we can pump Ray Bloch up long enough to supply a dazzling musical background.
Well, all right. How about, I Don't Know Why I Love You Like I Do? I don't know why I love you like I do. I don't know why, I just do. I don't know why you thrill me like you do. I don't know why, you just do. You never seem to want my romancing. The only time you hold me is when we're dancing. I don't know why I love you like I do. I don't know why, I just do. I don't know why, I just do.
That's a pretty song, Margaret, and at the risk of sounding redundant or tautological or something like that, may I add it's mighty well sung.
Oh, thank you, Jay. I know if it furthers the cause of civil defense one little bit, I'll be mighty happy. All you have to do is take a look at any newspaper, and you'll see how important it is. Because somewhere in that paper will be a story about a fire. Maybe it was a small fire quickly extinguished, or a roaring blaze that took the toll in lives and property.
And remember, this could happen in your home, unless you start your fireproof housekeeping right now. First, figure out the fire hazards in your home. Then eliminate them. Remove the clutter in your attic, closets, and basements. Check your heating equipment. It may cost a little money, but it's less expensive than a fire.
Civil defense authorities throughout the nation are trying to reduce fire hazards that are deadly in peace and doubly so in war. To help make our nation safer, to be really safe at home, learn to prevent fire. Learn civil defense and be alert today, alive tomorrow.
Thank you, Margaret. After all those fine words of wisdom, you deserve to be entertained. And Ray Bloch is the lad who can do it, even though it may take 22 men to assist him. They all join forces to produce How Come You Do Me Like You Do, Do, Do. Thank you, Ray. You've been not only inspirational, you've been indubitable, whatever that means. Margaret, did that sterling performance spur you on to inspirational heights?
Well, Jay, I wouldn't go that far, but I think now I'd like to sing As Time Goes By.
Well, you do it.
Remember this, a kiss is still a kiss, a sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. And when two lovers woo, they still say I love you. On that you can rely. love songs, never out of date. Hearts full of passion, jealousy and hate. Woman needs man, and man must have his mate. That no one can deny. It's still the same old story, a fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by. Moonlight and love songs, never out of date. Hearts full of passion, jealousy and hate. Woman needs man, and man must have his mate. That no one can deny. It's still the same old story, a fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by.
For the past 15 minutes, you've been listening to Stars for Defense, a transcribed program devoted to the American tradition, civil defense, and presented as a public service by this station each week in cooperation with the Federal Civil Defense Administration and your state and local civil defense organizations. Today, our star was Margaret Whiting, to whom we extend our sincere thanks for a fine performance. Be with us next week for some more fine music from Ray Bloch and his orchestra and another famous star. Now, this is your host, Jay Jackson, saying so long until next week, and reminding you that your home may be nature's next target for fire, flood, or tornado. Resolve today to learn what you can do to prepare your family for survival, what you can do to help your neighbors, your community, and your nation. Civil defense starts with you. It's an American tradition.